Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be telling you how to clean your bearings for your longboard or skateboard. Now cleaning your bearings is something essential that you're going to need to know, because no matter how good your bearings are, no matter how much you paid for them, no matter how much you did whatever, you're eventually going to get some dirt in them. They're eventually going to, maybe you go in a puddle or something and you're afraid that they're going to rust out. Eventually something's going to happen, and it's recommended that probably every 50 hours or so of riding you're going to want to actually clean these little puppies out, just to make sure that you get the most out of your money, because you don't want to ride 10 hours, find out you got a bunch of dirt and water in your bearings that you didn't clean and have them blow out and have to buy some new ones. So definitely a good idea to invest in some good cleaning equipment for your bearings, because for the small investment that you'll need to make, probably around 20 bucks or so, it can save you probably hundreds of dollars depending on how hard you ride or what conditions you ride in. So just going over quickly, obviously you're going to need your bearings. These are Bones Reds bearings, and let me try to find one here that you can, there we go. You can hear that? This one right here. Whenever you hear that kind of sound, it's not because you have that one there too. It's not because they're broken in or whatever. It's because there isn't enough lubricant in these bearings. Like this noise, as you can hear whenever I spin this one, it's silent. So anytime you hear that from your wheels or anything, or anytime you hear any kind of clunkiness, you want to make sure you clean them, because there could be dirt in them, and you want to make sure that you actually put some more lubricant in them. And I think I have one more of these here. Nah, so it's just these two little puppies I really need to look out for. So I could have gotten a puddle or whatever. So the main things you're going to be needing is, first of all, a paper clip or some small object, maybe a needle, maybe something, not really something sharp like a knife, but you're going to want to be using this to take out one of these plastic seals, so you're definitely going to be doing that. Cheap paper clip, have one of those lying around at home. You don't need one of these, however it's highly recommended. It's the Bones Bearing Kit. There are a few of these around here. Basically it's just a bottle and some washers and all this kind of stuff, and a few bolts or a bolt, so you can put all of your bearings here and shake up your cleaner to clean them. And what you could do is you can either make one out of a water bottle, or you could use a plastic tub if you really don't feel like going out and buying one of these things. However, I would highly recommend getting one of these. Really useful, good investment. Also, you're going to need, whenever you're done cleaning them, you're going to need to re-lubricate them, because you don't want to be going around with that noise going around all the time, and your bearings will fall apart real easily. So you're definitely going to be getting some of this lubricant. This is the Bone Speed Cream. Pretty cheap. I picked this up for $5. It'll last you a really long time, and you definitely want to use it. High quality, all that kind of good stuff. Last but not least, you're going to want some citrus cleaner. Definitely all organic. You don't want any crap in there. Don't be using WD-40 or any, high chemical kind of don't breathe in kind of whatever kind of stuff. You want to make sure that these bearings, you don't want to be putting anything too bad in them, so that it'll destroy the bearings or doing whatever. So the citrus cleaner is really the best thing you can use. I'm sure there are other things out there, but it's either expensive, or you don't really want to be using it because you have to, clean it up more, or anything could happen. So this is the cheapest, most effective option that there is, really. It's just citrus cleaner. Make sure there's no real crap in there. If this is 100% organic, it's usually a good sign. And that's really it. So you can pick this up at grocery store or Rite Aid or whatever, CVS. And then that's really it. So let's get into actually cleaning these bearings. Alright, so first things first, you're going to want to be taking this seal off of your bearing. Now, I'm not going to be using this paper clip just because it turns out it's a little bit too thick. I'm actually going to be using a needle here. You're going to be careful though, because you don't want to stab it or puncture anything or do anything like that, since it's meant to be a sealing thing or a shielding thing. So you want to really, let's get it close here, you want to kind of take it, pry it underneath there, and just sort of pop it off. Super easy to do if you just do it right. You'll want to do that to all of your bearings. Alright, so now that I got my shields removed from all of my bearings here, it's time to actually start the cleaning process. Now, basically what you're going to want to be doing here is you're going to want to be putting it in either your tub or your water bottle or your actual cleaning kit, and you're going to want to be lining up all your bearings here. So I'm just going to show you how to do this with the Bones Bearings Cleaner. Really simple use. There's some other good companies out there, but just take a look around. Whatever's at your local skate shop or whatever is usually the easiest thing. So super simple to use. You don't need to worry about the shield for now. But you're gonna want to take your bearing and then put it with the actual balls open face down, like that. You're gonna want your ball retainer up top, so whenever you shake it, the water or your cleaner is actually going to be able to clean this a little bit more effectively. So place that like that. Little washer. Place another one. Washer. Pretty simple from here on. I'm sure you guys know what I'm going to be doing. So you just kind of keep on going like this. Really simple here. And then whenever you're finished up, should be perfectly fine. And then you're just going to want to take this and put it back on. Should line up pretty nicely. And hold on a second here. There we go. Just need to get it threaded. Doesn't need to be super tight, however they should be tight enough. Something like that. No shaking around, that kind of stuff. So there we go, nice and sturdy. From there, you're actually going to want to, I'm going to clean my space up a tiny bit here. So you're going to want to actually probably take a paper towel or something to put down, because you don't want to get everything getting all messy and stuff whenever you pour it into here. Excuse me. You're going to want to, I'm actually going to open this just to make it easy. Alright, so now that I have that top off and off to the side, I'm going to want to be taking my cleaner, make sure it's citrus, and you're going to want to be pouring it in here. So I would recommend just around a third of the way full, a fourth to a third depending on how much you have. So I got this cleaner in here, and pretty simple from now on. I'm going to want to take my actual bearings, just slide them in there. Screw that cap back on, and then guess what we do now? You're gonna shake to it, make sure it's sealed tight. And you're just gonna want to make sure you get everything in here, you know, cover all your bases. Shake it nice and clean, everything cleaned out. Depending on how dirty your things are, you may want to do this twice to get rid of everything you can. You may want to do some other things, maybe take the actual ball retainers off to get some more cleaning. That takes a lot more work, and you probably have to be a little bit more skilled, unlike me, to do that. So just shake it a little bit, you know, do that kind of good stuff. And then that should be good. So you basically just clean everything out. This will get rid of all the lubricant, any water, any liquids in there, any dirt, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna make sure these are nice and clean. And that should be good. So there's it for that. From then on, you're gonna just want to be taking these off, as you can see. It's nice and good in here, nice and liquidated. So put these down. Again, make sure you have a paper towel. You can stick this to the side, you won't be needing that anymore. However, you're gonna want to have as much cleaning stuff as you can, because you're gonna also want to be drying off all these bearings now. So same thing as usual, you know, just take this off, and then I'm just going to be cleaning or drying these off. Pretty simple to do. You just have to make sure you get everything. You don't really want to leave any residue or anything before you put the actual lube on, as that would lead to deteriorated performance. Okay, so I'll be right back whenever I'm done drying these. Alright, so now you've dried out your bearings. It's pretty simple from here on. You're just going to want to use your speed cream or whatever lubricant you're going to be using. And basically just take 2 drops on each side. There's 1, 2. And then, so you got your 2 drops in there. You're just going to want to spin it for a little bit, just to get that lubricant kind of spread around there. So now it should sound nice and good and all. And if you want to put 3 drops in, you can. However, I'm going to be using 2. Pretty simple stuff, and I just do that to all your bearings. And then I will be showing you how to just replace this. Easy step, and then you've cleaned your bearings. Now that you've gotten all your lubricant into your bearings, just going to want to replace this rubber shield here by basically just putting it down on there and then pressing it in. And there you go. Now your bearing is brand spanking new. Hope you enjoyed this video.